Dear Greater Manchester Police, I speak to you from the margins as a deeply abused, violated, wronged, isolated, unemployed, diseased, disabled, distressed, adult, victim, female, who is continuing to self-advocate for her basic rights, including equality, respect, safety, belonging. They're not personal opinions. These are legal rights protected by the law. I will not accept harassment, discrimination, derogatory treatment, degrading comments, i.e., look at the state of her. 6 words with profound weight, said casually, unapologetically, rudely, unnecessarily, and audibly by one of 2 white male English Bolton-based patrolling paid police officers on a Wednesday afternoon in the town centre. Look at the state of her. Look at the state of her. Look at the state of her. Words said by adult English privileged males towards an adult disabled, lone, innocent, ethnic minority, disabled, already targeted, female, who bravely went outside after so many hours of pep talks and prayers just to get out of the building. She doesn't go and fuck around. She doesn't go to earn money anywhere because no one offers her a paid job. She doesn't go to meet anyone because she has no one. She doesn't go to frolic about or ruin people's lives or commit any crimes because those are not her values. She's an innocent adult British-born, almost 30-year-old adult woman. Simply going to a Morrison's supermarket to purchase essentials. And on that specific day, I was unfortunate enough to not even have my prescription glasses. Luckily, fortunately, thankfully, I now have prescription glasses. But as a short-sighted woman with many other disabilities and shortcomings and difficulties, it took me a lot of effort, bravery, determination to get up, shower up, dress up, show up. I had a full face of makeup on, my hair was tied back, my body is covered in highly cleaned, dried, neutral coloured clothing. I wasn't drawing attention to myself. I wasn't making any noise. I wasn't giving anybody any reason to abuse me. But these misogynistic, racist, lookist, sexist, discriminative, dirty, damaged, forgive me for saying this, Lord, but fucked up, to quote them, people. And again, to my annoyance, or perhaps even blessing and cursing one, I didn't see who it was. I didn't see their collar number. I didn't see their hair colour. I didn't see their features. I just know that they were white male police officers who walked right past me, and that it was directed towards me because there was nobody else in that vicinity walking around at that time in that moment. And because of my history of being abused over my appearance, it is absolutely 100% no doubt it was said towards me. So you need to understand the context around the words "look at the state of her." Half-naked images of my body, without my consent and with no context given about the disabilities, the skin diseases, the mental illnesses, the familial issues, the social issues, the financial issues, with no context given around my suffering in this so-called mental health collaboration, were used, kept, used, all without my consent, all without any given context, online, in print, in university displays, God only knows where else. God only knows how else they were manipulated, edited, perhaps superimposed to mock me. God only knows. But note that I mention God a lot, not just out of casual, sort of terminology, but because I genuinely believe, even through everything that has happened, is happening, even through whatever will happen, nothing and no one, no situation, no person, no action, no consequence, no loss, no failure. I mean, I've already gone through the worst of it all, let's be honest. I am going through the worst of it all. I already am at rock bottom. But the fact that even in this situation I can believe in God, it's a testament to my faith, and it's a testament to true religion. But that's besides the point. I'll keep this under 10 minutes. Those words, look at the state of her. No matter how much therapy I get, no matter how many prayers I say, no matter how many meditations I listen to, no matter how many affirmations I say, no matter how much good I do for other people, like I did today, I'm not going to go into the details, but I was a good Samaritan today. I supported a woman who asked me for directions. I was not unkind to anybody despite other people's unkindness towards me. I contributed to businesses even though I'm on a low income. I did my good deeds today, that's all I'm going to say, and God knows, so I'm not going to go into detail. But the words, look at the state of her. As a woman who was bullied as a child, was bullied as an adolescent, was bullied as a teenager, was bullied as early 20s, mid 20s, and now approaching 30 in just a few weeks. I was bullied heavily. I am bullied heavily. In workplaces, in very, very, very short-lived but permanently traumatic workplaces, voluntary and low paid. I've never, in 29 plus years, been really, truly, properly employed. I've never had a salaried job. I've never had the same privileges that other people have, and that I overhear conversations about, and that I see, and that I witness, and that I know that people even a decade younger than me are achieving. Self-employment, employment through their family businesses, employment through people they know, not necessarily what they know, and employment through, hard work, etc. But a lot of it comes down to luck and fortune and being in the right place at the right time, and being the right colour and being the right appearance. And I know this because of lived experience. I've witnessed people who have no skills, no real attributes, no passion for the job being offered the roles because their face fits and nothing more. And it's the same with the police. I've never seen, bar perhaps one or two, a brown police officer in my 29 years of life. I've seen the odd few. I've seen a few quite a lot of black police officers, but I've not seen people who look like me. And that's not a coincidence. That's because even if people who look like me were to work hard for and apply for a job in the police, they wouldn't be accepted. Because, especially with the Greater Manchester Police, I'm not going to talk on behalf of them or on behalf of any other police forces because I don't know enough information. But just from what I've read and heard, a lot of them are racist. Look at the state of her. In fact, this video is going to be at least 20 minutes because I need to curse you properly. My words are my weapons. I have no gun. I have no knife. I have no freedom. I have no health. I have no beauty. I have no family. I have no friends. I have no partner. I have no pets. I have no children. I have no massive privileges. What I do have is faith, what I do have is integrity, and what I do have, hence my continuous being alive, is self-respect. And that matters far more than any other person's compliments or, I don't need other people's validation. I don't need other people's approval. Having said that, it is not acceptable for a police officer or any person, but especially not a paid professional who is there to protect the public, and that includes all the public, not just their preference of people. By law, they are not allowed to discriminate. They are not allowed to verbalise their hatred. They are not allowed, but they still do it. Look at the state of her. This comes after years of rejections and attacks in unpaid workplaces, paid workplaces, albeit very low paid to no paid jobs. This comes after abuse in public transport, abuse in other countries and cities and towns, abuse here. What the fuck is that? She's a dog. You look disgusted, mate. She wants my dick, her. Blah, 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 blah. If that was me, I'd kill myself. Your mother should have killed you at birth. You're the definition of ugly. Why the fuck are you still here? What's stopping you from killing yourself? And I've had all sorts of comments from all sorts of people. My own vicious, racist, mixed race half-siblings constantly made comments on my appearance. Why do you still look like that? Why has nothing grown? Why do you look like a man? No wonder they bully you when you look like that. Adult men, adult females, children, teenagers, people who identify as other, they've made the most horrific, horrendous, hostile comments towards me. She's a mess. I don't want her anywhere near me. Clown. Dog. Ugly bitch. There are so many other direct attacks I've received, not just in terms of verbal attacks, but physical attacks and other forms of abuse. None of this is acceptable. I've been sworn at, shouted at, laughed at, silenced, and unlawfully abused. Anyone in my situation would have killed themselves by now. I choose not to go down that route. If I really wanted to do it, I'd find a way to do it, no matter what the fear, no matter what the risks, no matter what the dangers of, possibly not ending up dead, but ending up even more disabled. The suffering I'm going through mentally, emotionally, financially, physically, socially, is suffering that I genuinely would not wish upon my worst enemy. Having said that, people have crossed the lines, people have gone too far, people have continued to abuse me despite being given many opportunities to grow, opportunities to learn, opportunities to improve, and opportunities to be better people. So in this moment, calmly yet necessarily hateful, because I have to now match the hate that I have been subjected to in my own way. I will not accept the abuse. I deserve equality, respect and safety. To this very month, as a 29-year-old adult, British-born, law-abiding, kind, conscientious, hygienic, impeccably conscientious, good, lawful, real, honest, truthful, good adult woman approaching 30 who has never stepped out of line, who has never committed any sins, who has never messed around. I'm the one being called a mess, ugly. Does anybody else see how effed up everything is here. The very people who are dirty, promiscuous, liars, corrupt, sexually active with multiple partners, lying through their teeth just to get their job, unqualified, uneducated, uncultured, low level, low minded, weak, easy people. That they are the exact people who are making comments such as, what the fuck is that? What a dog, look at the state of her, definition of ugly. Look at the state of her, look at the state of her, look at the state of her. These people have nothing, or they'll of course say things sarcastically like, fit shit, I want her number, I want to fuck her, she's fit her. Delicious, isn't she? And you know, those sorts of equally evil comments said with sarcasm. Both are as bad as each other. Can you imagine being a disabled adult female ethnic minority woman with no defences, having false allegations said against you when you have the bravery, or in their eyes the audacity, to speak up, to make formal complaints? And I can hear some of the fellow homeless people have come back to the accommodation, but it's fine, I'll just continue. They sound like they are drunk. Lots of banging and singing. Anyway, I'm going to keep this under 20 minutes. You need to understand what I'm going through, repeating myself over and over again. It's not a mental illness. The mental illness lies in each and every one of you who feel so comfortable to not only think, but to verbalise your hatred, your hostility, your harassment. If you were to really unpick everything from the root of what you are saying and believing and doing, my darlings, I promise you, you would understand that you are the real ugly ones. You are the real messes. You are the ones who people should be saying things like, look at the state of him, look at the state of her, look at the state of it. I'm not saying this just because of my insecurities. Of course I'm insecure about myself. I'm a menstruating woman with bloody heavy periods every month, and I still look like a transvestite. It is upsetting. Of course I'm insecure. I'm surrounded by half-naked people every day as a British-born citizen living in England. And even if the sun comes slightly out, you know, the bum's out, the boob's out, their arms and legs are out. It's nothing new to me. I'm accustomed to seeing clear skin. So of course I'm insecure. But you have no right to verbalise your misogynistic opinions about anybody, not just me, about any girl, any woman, any person, anywhere, whether it's in Bolton, whether it's in Manchester, whether it's in London, whether it's in Paris, whether it's in Rome, whether it's in New York, whether it's in India, whether it's in Africa, whether it's in Australia. You have no right to verbalise these hateful comments, especially when the victim is able to hear you. You are an absolute disgrace of a force Greater Manchester Police. Own it. Accept it. Change it. Enough is enough. So without any further ado, as I've tried to thoroughly explain the context behind why these 6 words, look at the state of her, are so profound, impactful, harrowing, I sincerely hope that if any of you have daughters, nieces, sisters, mothers, partners, aunties, anything, any woman in your life, baby, child, teenager, adult, grandmama, anybody. You wouldn't like it if your granny or your nana was racially abused, assaulted by strange random men in a town centre when all your granny is doing is going to the local supermarket to do a weekly shop. You wouldn't like it. And what if your granny had lost or broken her glasses and she couldn't see? Would you like it if some random men went, "Ugh, look at the state of her"? You wouldn't like it. You'd hate it. You'd punch the living daylights out of them. Or maybe your granny would if she had a stick. I don't have those luxuries. I'm nobody's grandmother. I've got no grandchild to protect me. I've got no children to protect me. I've got no parents or siblings or relatives or partner or allies or anybody to save me. The only person I have is myself, and I have God, whether you find that delusional or not. Many professionals have mocked my faith in God. Shame on them. So, without any further ado, necessarily, after years of, I've taken the polite and formal route of sending formal complaints, giving evidence, but frankly, time is ticking and you have taken away far too much of my autonomy, and you have damaged my reputation, and you have damaged my mental health, and you have damaged far too much for me. And I'm not just some fuckabout that you've said these words to, right? I have had to navigate this cruel, cruel, cruel system and world and society with absolutely no support, no allies, no backup, nothing and no one except my undying faith in God and my relentless self-respect. Other people have literally told me to fuck off and to kill myself, and that I'm too ugly, that I'm too old, that I'm too weak, that I'm too fragile, that I'm too failed, that I'm too ugly, that I'm too unwanted. Those words haunt me. But now it's my time to haunt you with the only weapons I have. Even if you silence me verbally, there'll be other platforms that my voice will come through. There'll be other people who will speak on my behalf. I've been patient, I've been kind, I've been respectful, I've been polite, I've been formal. But as a woman approaching 30, I am tired. I am angry. I am hurt. And I am disappointed. So, without any further ado, I now impart just some words of wisdom, also a curse, towards not just Greater Manchester Police, but every wrongdoer, racist, entity, demon, passers-by who stand by when someone is being abused rather than stepping in and trying to help. Enablers as well as the actual perpetrators. Whether you listen or not, you can cover your ears, you can turn away, you can change the channel, you can pretend that I don't exist, but whether you like it or not, your behaviours and your words and your attitudes towards someone like me have already been logged and recorded. And until you repent, until you face the sentences, until you get locked up, until you get sectioned, until you get abused, until you are humbled and silenced and transformed, well, I'm not going to rest until all of that happens. And it doesn't matter how many times I've been dragged, drugged, sectioned, called a mess, called ugly, called the definition of ugly. I don't think any of you understand. Whilst I came from disabled parents, my parents were gorgeous. Perhaps not by British society standards, but certainly by God's standards. That's why I was born to an elderly father and a disabled woman. They raised me as their youngest daughter from newborn to my 20s. Yes, there have been challenges and disagreements and trials and tribulations, but my parents were better than your parents. My parents didn't raise me to bully people. My parents didn't raise me to harass people. My parents didn't raise me to hate people who are of a different colour than me. My parents respect other people. They might not have always respected me, but they certainly respected other people. And with the examples set by them, but more importantly by the examples I set by myself as the change that I wish to see in the world. Of course, we must reference Mahatma Gandhi. Be the change you wish to see in the world. It's not easy at all, but sadly I have been forced to take that route. I never wanted to stoop to the low levels that the police and other wrongdoers used against me, but unfortunately circumstances forced me to behave with slight erraticness and anger, and some might even say aggression. But everybody knows that I wouldn't hurt a fly. Everybody knows that I'm not a perpetrator, and I don't need to use force in order to get my way, unlike some people, i.e. GMP. Look at the state of her. May those words haunt you and yours for as long as it is necessary, until you realise that you cannot abuse anybody, especially not a disabled lone adult woman. Look at the state of her. I could break down those words so much. I could talk about those words so much. I could write about those words so much. I could go into so many details, but right now, before this video reaches 30 minutes, I'm going to tell you something I should have done a long time ago. I deliver this real curse tonight on Monday the 21st of July 2025 because unfortunately, due to the ongoing abuse and the time that it is now, it has become absolutely necessary for me to say these words and speak them into existence. So all that's left to say before I say the curse is, dear GMP and all the people locally, nationally, globally, regionally, historically, recently, or future, anybody or anyone who has any form of hatred towards me upon which they act, this curse is for you. And believe me, I remember names and faces, and I don't forget your sins, but you will have to pay for them eventually. I know you're so used to getting away with things, loves, but you're going to have to. You laughed, harassed, mocked, detained, sectioned, ignored, and blocked, i.e. blocked my email address. You called people to my property and lied about me, saying that I had weapons. You made false allegations against somebody who literally even looks innocent, never mind is innocent. You called her worthless, you called her mad, ugly, and much, much, much worse. You entertain hatred. You silenced a disabled, victimised, marginalised woman. A woman who isn't even seen as a woman, despite being a menstruating adult woman approaching 30. A woman who is written off all because she doesn't have sexually gratifying features, all because she doesn't fit the mould of what society deems to be acceptable or attractive, all because of the colour of her skin. You silenced this woman who is already in agony. May you truly feel, including in your feet, this deep pain and chronic paresthesia as a constant reminder that you must do better. Whether you like it or not, you will bleed, cramp, double up in pain, be unable to work, unable to study, unable to drive, unable to sleep, unable to walk, unable to laugh, unable to dismiss, unable to look away, unable to abuse others, unable to live life in the ways that you want to. You will know exactly what it's like to have your basic freedoms taken away, never mind all your other luxuries. It's your time to be the victim, in desperate need for help. These are not threats, these are simply verbal statements about your very overdue consequences. May your blood be shed unwillingly each month. May you suffer silently. May no power ever protect you. May no medication soothe you. May no badge or uniform protect you, and may no ally ever come for you, even when you are in absolute need. No one will visit you. Oh, sorry. I've fallen asleep again. I'm going to have to wait a few minutes because this is not helping. So much has been done wrongly against me: wrongful detainment, racism, lookism, sexism, abuse. One thing I am able and gifted to have, whilst I don't have crystal clear vision or telepathy or clairvoyance to know exactly what's going to happen, I do know that God sees everything that people say, do, what they say in person, what they lie about, and ultimately the truth is going to come out whether you like it or not. So may your once loved ones dismiss you, may your parents despise you, may your children hate you, may you be relentlessly bullied night and day. Okay. I'm gonna end this curse. The devil is trying to stop me from cursing my wrongdoers. He doesn't like it, but I'm going to continue. May the racism, lookism, sexism and hatred you've practiced and be punished. Bleed by bleed, cramp by cramp, itch by itch, intrusive thoughts by intrusive thoughts. Okay. May your children be relentlessly bullied night and day until you are in tears. The irony of your verbal, written and behavioural hatred will amaze many. You've demonstrated your dirty colours through many misbehaviours. Look at the state of her. On behalf of every victimised survivor. On behalf of every victim, I curse you always. In the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.